Hey, appreciate y'all for tuning in. This is my first live like this on this channel. Open-minded conversations. Again, appreciate y'all for being in here. Uh, thank y'all for y'all support on this channel, Open-minded conversations. Uh, I want to talk about therapy. I want to talk about therapy on this live. Uh, a lot of people, a lot of people get real religious when it comes to therapy. A lot of people feel like, uh, God will handle my problem, you know, but not realizing, people that's therapists, God may send them to help you with your problem. But, sometimes we get real religious and we don't want help. We don't want help with certain situations. Uh, we, we, we remain private with a lot of stuff. We don't want people in your business. Uh, but I think that kind of caused a lot of deaths because people didn't share how they really felt about themselves, about life, you know, what they was dealing with. Um, I was watching Luther Vandross documentary, and he had a lot of depression, even though he was one of the best singers, we know. He still had a problem with, depression and stuff like that because he didn't really express how he felt about life, about love. He was alone in his life. And so, you know, we really gotta, take a second look at, therapy. Some people may need therapy, to get through life, have somebody beside them to really, you know, cope with things in life. You know, we really got to consider those things about life. And so, yeah, there's nothing wrong with therapy. There's nothing wrong with therapy. I feel, you know, some people may need therapy to cope with their mental issues. You know, um, like I said, people can get very religious about that topic about therapy. How you doing, Cybertruck? Yeah, people can get very religious about, therapy. There's nothing wrong with therapy. Um, as long as you go to the right person about your issue, there's nothing wrong with therapy. Uh, you know, people say pray, you know, people say pray, but maybe a, ther- a therapy is a prayer answer. So you just gotta think about those things. You gotta think about those things, about therapy. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for subscribing. You got these dogs out here. But yeah, I don't see nothing wrong with therapy. Sometimes we may need some second thought, a second look at certain situations that we going through. So yeah, there's nothing wrong with therapy. Nothing wrong with therapy in society. But yeah, how you doing, Nana? Please subscribe to my channel as well. Appreciate y'all for being in here. This is my first live like this on this channel. Again, appreciate y'all for tuning in. But yeah, a lot of people think therapy is no, that's you shouldn't do that if you religious or you're saved. You just need God. You know, I hate when people say that. You know, because therapists, they're experts at what they do. It's with any profession. And you think of a minister. They're follow for everyday's lives. I ain't human. repping Philly. Appreciate you. Appreciate y'all. But yeah, you know, like he said, everyday laughs. You know, laughter is medicine as well. Laughter is good medicine for the soul. You know, go out and live life. Uh, do things you never did before. A lot of people get stuck. You know, of course, money is a huge issue. Man, money is, you know, money doesn't solve everything. Money doesn't solve happiness. You can be the richest person in the world and still be unhappy. Still be depressed. You know, what is therapy like? I'm starting soon. It's different for teens. Good morning, Second News. Appreciate you from Philly. Y'all's wife, MC Cullum. Appreciate y'all. I never took therapy, but if I really needed to go to therapy, I would do it. I don't see nothing wrong with therapy, but I'm kind of emphasizing today. A lot of very religious folks, they feel like you shouldn't do therapy. Just pray to God and things will get better. People say pray to God and things get better, but sometimes you need that extra push. Sometimes you need that extra push in life, as far as therapy is concerned. How you doing, Pauls on Saturn? How you doing? But if you need therapy, you should go to therapy to see how things will happen. But yeah, appreciate y'all for being in here. Yeah, I'm doing good. Pause on Saturday. I'm doing good. But if you need therapy, I think you should go to therapy. If you feel like you need it. Like I said, a lot of people feel like when people say therapy, it's like a curse or something. People think it's like a curse to say I need therapy. Like you're crazy or something. But you can be. I know a lot of celebrities. They took therapy, even though they have all this money and stuff. They still needed a little help in life. As far as mental stability. It can be stressful. Being a celebrity. Having all eyes on you in certain situations, and you'll need someone to really help you cope through those things. I think, yeah. My cat is staring at me. But let me know how y'all feel about the therapy situation. Pain gives hope. It doesn't treat or manage depression, SH anxiety, or ADHD, or ASD, or any mental problems or disorders. Yeah, money doesn't solve everything. Money doesn't solve everything. Like I said, you see these people going to jail, these celebrities going to jail. They have all the money and all the fame, all the fortune, but they still mentally is not there. They're doing things that they're not supposed to do. And if you are not mentally stable when you're not rich, imagine how you'll be when you get money. You get a whole lot worse when you get money, because you never dealt with those issues before you was famous. So I would, if you need therapy, there's nothing wrong with therapy. There's nothing wrong with therapy. Y'all's wife, MC Column, says, to me, common sense outrules therapists. This is in my opinion, but once you talk it out, sometimes you feel better. Yeah. And even if you're second guessing about therapy, sometimes you got to talk to people. Don't keep things bottled in. Don't keep things bottled in about certain things. Don't keep things bottled in, because you may explode. Some people keep so much things bottled in over time that they explode about certain things. Maybe something about the past they never discussed about, and later on in the future, they still have these issues. Yeah, they still have issues in life. So yeah, yeah, I've been dealing with SH, but there's this girl on YouTube called Claude Beauty, and she made me quit. Okay. I've dealt with social anxiety throughout my life. Being able to interact with people publicly. Uh, you know, Once I started talking about it and expressing the anxiety, I felt better about things. I felt like I can not deal with it, but overcome it. Once I talked about it and expressed my feelings. But you're right, y'all's wife. I think, yeah, the common sense is just talking to someone about it, someone you feel confident or trust. That's the thing. You gotta trust that person. You know. But why were you like that? What caused you to be like that? I don't know. I think because I'm somewhat of a perfectionist, and I always tried to. I always wonder how people felt. Excuse me. I always wonder how people felt about me in life. You know, I always wonder how people. I'm a perfectionist, and I always wonder people's perception of me in life, and so that's how I got social anxiety, because when I talk to people, I don't think, I didn't think about the conversation. I wasn't in the conversation. I was thinking about what should I say next. you know, how they perceive my conversation, how they feel about me. I was so concerned about that instead of just being myself. That's the main thing with social anxiety. The struggle of being yourself in certain situations. I think that's the cause of a lot of social anxiety, not being confident in who you are. Over time, you know, I was raised in a real religious household, a PK, PK times two. Both of my parents are ministers, and people perceive you from an early age, because your parents hold a high esteem, and people have their perceptions of you. You know, yeah, that's one of their opinions. Yeah, you're right. Not what you felt about yourself. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You're right. You thinking about other people's feelings over what you feel, and that's not a good thing. Appreciate you, y'all's wife. Appreciate you. Yep. Yeah, you're right about that. But yeah, it could stem. These things can stem from childhood. I think mine's kind of stem from childhood, being, I always wanted to be the best. Being a perfectionist. Uh, I think the other thing is not disappointing people. I guess, from being a child, you don't want to disappoint your parents. You don't want to disappoint other people. You don't want to disappoint anybody in general. I think that's a root of social anxiety. too. You know, people don't think about that, but I think that was a root of my social anxiety. So it's crazy. Now I'm up here on YouTube, you know, talking and stuff like that about my situations, and so it's a 360. No problem. I used to be like that way until I got older, because what other things don't make me. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Exactly. Won't he do it? Yeah. Now I'm up here talking to y'all. I used to have a lot of, you know, I still deal with it now and then, but I'm getting better at it. You know, being in society, I was raised in that kind of involvement, but is it okay to say some of that stuff can become really toxic? What type of involvement? What type of involvement, Nana? Again, appreciate y'all conversation. Appreciate y'all. This is a good conversation. You know, social anxiety. A lot of people deal with it, and you know, if you need therapy, uh, you know, don't be afraid to go and take therapy. You know, if you need it, you really need it, because you'll feel you know, you see a lot of people, they commit, you know, they commit certain acts, they unalive themselves. You're having therapy now, yeah. Yep, I'm having therapy now. I'm talking to you guys about my past. I'm the type of person, I don't mind telling y'all my flaws. You know, I've had success in life. You know, in certain areas. You know, being in music, being a songwriter, you know. And, you know, I think that was therapeutic to me, you know, writing songs. And so that was kind of a therapy for me, self-therapy. You know, people listen to my songs and they can relate to the song. And that was kind of like a therapy for me in life. Playing piano, playing drums was therapeutic for me. So the sad thing about life is that you never know how much you truly love. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. You know, like if you meet me, I'm a very likable person. You know, I can talk to anybody. You know, I don't have my head stuck up. And so, you know, people, you know, I'm very relatable. So yeah. Yeah, people don't realize that they're truly loved in certain situations. You know, they don't realize that. That's true. That's very true. We don't realize we're loved. Yeah. I'm in VA. It's kind of cold out here. I'm in VA. And then a lot of, a lot of religious people, they kind of side eye, you know, when people talk about energy, they talk about universe, you know, those terms like that. You know, religious people get kind of iffy about You know, I think I think I believe in energy. You know, I believe in energy. People give certain energy about certain things. You know, uh, I gotta study more about chakras and stuff like that. You know, I wonder what life be like if I didn't have anxiety and depression. Yeah, I think life without anxiety and depression will lead to freedom, will lead to uh, discovering your true self. You know, in front of people. You know, discovering your true self in front of people. I think that's a life without anxiety and depression. You know, I think that's a life without anxiety and depression. You know. And if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Uh, Give me a thumbs up if you like this video. But the funny thing is the three wise men were astrologers. That's true. That's true. I think I heard that before too, and I thought about it. Yeah, because they saw the star and they knew where Jesus was based on the star, and so yeah. And I think a lot of stuff in the Bible deals with numerology, deal with it's more less literal than philosophical. I think a lot of things in the Bible is philosophical as well. You know, deals with certain things. I don't think it's a lot of stuff. You know, it's literal. I think it's a literal part to it, and it's all types of things because religious people say everything we want to know is in the book. You know, why can't astrology be in the book? Why can't learning people's energy be in the book? You know, and so it's certain things we gotta think about. I was raised Baptist. You raised in the church. You're raised not to question things. Just take things as literal. Just accept certain beliefs. But as you get older, you kind of question things. For example, I questioned about Christmas. I questioned about a lot of things when I got older, learning new things about traditions and stuff like that. Of course, I still hang with my family on holidays, but I don't really put up Christmas trees and stuff like that because of what I've learned about them. You learn new stuff. You learn new stuff over time. You'll get a certain conviction about certain things. But I think that's part of my journey of believing what I believe, staying on what I believe. Staying on what I believe. That helped me through life. Standing on what I believe is true. Again, appreciate y'all for being in here on this channel. This is my first live. I think it's a success. This is my first live this way. I've been live on this channel, but not in this way, straight on YouTube. So again, appreciate y'all for being in here. Appreciate y'all for being in here. And if you're still in here, let me know. Let me know. Let me know if you're still in here. Appreciate you, Yah's wife. Appreciate you, Nana. There was some other people here. Paul's on Saturn. Barry Spencer. Cybertruck. Again, appreciate y'all conversations up here. Appreciate y'all conversation up here. we gonna have more conversations. So stay tuned in the mornings. You know, when I do my walks. You know, these are great conversations to have to start off the day, thinking about life, reflecting on things we could change in life. You know, this is great conversation. You know, this is a great conversation. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, you know, subscribe to my channel so you be updated on my content on this channel, Open-Minded Conversation. Again, appreciate y'all for joining this conversation, and I'll talk to y'all. All right.